I think Alabama, what's not being said about them offensively is how important and how maybe accessible the quick game and short passing game can be for, I believe, Ty Simpson, and what that could mean for them. To put it simply, little could go a long way for this Alabama offense, much like it didn't a year ago. So if you're watching as a one-off clip, you're watching during the full show, we appreciate y'all. Bama fans, make sure you're subscribed. Thank you for being locked in. Does a lot for us. Here's the thing. Last year with Jalen Milroe at quarterback, he was a special player with the ball in his hands, especially when he tucked it and ran. He made a lot of great throws last year. It wasn't consistent. And for Alabama this upcoming season, you hear Kalen DeBoer talking about how practice looks behind closed doors during fall camp. He highlighted something the first few practices about Ty Simpson. He said he makes his layups. He takes the gimmies. He makes the easy plays. What that says to me is if we do those things well, if we hit the quick game, if we hit our screen passes, all those things, and we do it consistently, we're going to be in real good shape. And so you walk that through a little bit further. Just look at the personnel that Alabama has in this receiver room. Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, the freshman Latzia Brooks, they're super fired up about. I don't know what his role is going to be, but it looks like he's going to have one to some extent, or could have one. All three of those players I just mentioned, the common denominator to me with those guys is they are good players, dare I say Ryan Williams borderline special players with the football in their hands. Like, give it to Ryan Williams in space and let him work. Not something that I felt like Bama was super elite at doing, and I think a lot of that had to do with the inconsistency every single week of what you got from Jalen Milroe. So the quick game in general, whether it's Austin Mack, Ty Simpson, Keelan Russell, what it does for a quarterback emotionally and schematically, it gets him in rhythm, calms him down, man. Like a slap in the face. First drive, throw the hitch route, slap in the face, calm down, we're good, play football. Like getting the first hit out of the way, but getting that first completion out of the way goes a long way for whoever Bama is starting at quarterback. Now take it a step further. Get that hitch route that you completed, threw it 6 yards, depending on how you run your hitches. But Ryan Williams broke a tackle, went north and south, and took it for 25, and we're in a totally different world now as a quarterback, how we're thinking about the rest of the series, the rest of the quarter, the rest of the football game. The confidence just growing and being able to have that build from making easy plays and doing those routinely, that's going to make a world of a difference, I think, for Alabama in 2025. So I know a lot of Kalen DeBoer, and we've talked about it on the show, a lot of his offense that you get excited about is the explosives. You go turn on the YouTube of Washington during that 2023 season with a Dunze and Penix to Polk and all those deep shot plays that you like to run on College Football 26. Those still exist, but here's the thing. Those are made a lot more accessible, a lot more open downfield when a defense has to honor your quick game, has to honor your screen passes, has to honor the stuff that all happens within like the 10-yard radius from the line of scrimmage and out to the sideline. If you can get really good at that, that's going to change the entire trajectory, the entire complexion of what Alabama is offensively here in 2025. And the reason why I'm just driving this home, it's not anything that takes a ton of like physical gifting. Like I promise you, all three of those dudes I mentioned in the Alabama quarterback room, they can make those throws. Now, making it routinely is what I think changes Kalen DeBoer's system because then it builds on each other, right? I mentioned the deep game. Running the football becomes easier. Everyone's job is easier when you make the quick passing game consistently. And so the personnel they have paired with how accessible it's going to be for your first-year starting quarterback, whoever it is, that to me is what changes the entire outlook for Alabama here in 2025. So you want to be great in 25, Alabama? Do the simple things. Do the easy things. Make your layups, the quick game. A little can and will go a long way because of who you're getting the football to, because of who that little is going to that eventually does go a long way with a Ryan Williams, Bernard, Latzia Brooks, so on and so forth. Even Isaiah Horton, good athlete with the ball in space as well, even though he's a bigger body. So Alabama, a lot there, a lot to unpack. Not a super, super deep dive, but just making your layups, man. Score a lot of points.